Guests and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Ask the Experts Show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, this is my favorite 5 to 6 hour of Ask the Experts. Hey, we've got a great show today from 5 to 5:30. Then 5:30 to 6, we've got people from the White House calling on what happened today with the vote. The show just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You know, you've been asking us to do a show on plumbing, but we have not had any openings. We rarely get openings. But not only did we get an opening, but we were able to get the top plumbing company in South Florida, and we have the owner, Chris Cleary of Cleary Plumbing, with us today. And I'm telling you, you know what? Those leaks seem to happen all the time when we don't expect them. So when we give out Chris's phone number today, you need to write it down, because you never know when you're going to need a good plumber, and not go to the internet and Google it, because you never know. That doesn't mean anything. So let's welcome, we have a new sponsor to the show. He'll be with us every month, Chris Cleary.
Thanks for having me.
Bro, you look great, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If you're watching us right now, and you'll be able to go to Chris's website, probably starting, I would say probably Monday or Tuesday, the show will be up. But we're going to talk about all types of plumbing today. But first, tell us about your company.
All right. Thanks for having me again.
How long ago did you start?
So I've been doing plumbing all my life, it seems like, but we're second-generation company. My dad started it in 91, so we're going strong still. He's been at it for a very long time.
Still working?
Well, I wouldn't say he's necessarily working in a truck now, but he comes in and looks at numbers, and
That's
yeah, he deserves it, But yeah, so I've been around it my whole life. Went to college, graduated in '08, and finance and real estate major, and that didn't pan out too well. And
I understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I came back to help Dad.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to UCF. Go Knights.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
Great school.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I came back and kind of got back into the business, and ended up really loving it. We kind of refocused our business, going with my dad, back in the day where you used to be able to be 12, 13 years old and bring a tool bag in,
right,
in the home. One thing I picked up on was how much my dad cared. And so we as I got into the business, I said, wow, this is a niche, I think, really.
Customer service.
Exactly. So that's kind of what we preach at our company. We're a customer service business. The technical stuff, of course, is important, but first and foremost, it's about the customer.
Has it been hard to make changes because with social media? Listen, your dad's probably not used to that.
Oh, absolutely.
But he sees you making changes.
For sure.
He doesn't ground you or anything, does he?
No, not anymore. But yeah, absolutely. There was a time where, back 10, 15 years ago where the trade was completely different. I think, as companies are progressing, they're realizing that if you're not making that change and making it about the customer, then you're going to be, behind.
Listen, a company like yours is so important. Wow. If you've ever had any kind of a leak at all, you know that you're going to all of a sudden start looking for a plumber, and that's
Sure.
what this show is about. You don't have to go look for somebody. And we know that a lot of our listeners will write your phone number down, and they will write your website down, and then they don't have to worry, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, do you?
Sure, absolutely.
So let's get into the show. I am so glad. First of all, give everybody your phone number.
Yes, okay. It's 561-790-1956.
And now, of course, you cover all Palm Beach.
Yep.
Broward?
It's part of Broward County, yep, and all the way up to Martin County.
Good, because we have a lot of people
Yep.
up in Martin County that listen to our show.
Yep.
Tell us about your company.
So
your company's been in business then for how many years?
We're going on 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, folks, when you have a company that's been in business for 28 years, that is something special, because sometimes it only takes one or two people complaining and everybody, with everything, you got Yelp out there now, you've got
sure.
all these companies out there. So, bro, you guys have survived.
Yeah.
Your dad's got to be really proud of you.
Yeah, he's he, like I said, it was a different time, different mindset, and he's on board now. He sees it, and he loves it. He loves being a part of it.
I see your trucks everywhere.
Yeah,
That's why I called you. I said, everywhere we go, because our show used to be in Palm Beach.
Okay.
I see on 95,
Sure.
I see Cleary Plumbing.
Yep.
That's amazing. So tell me the different areas that you specialize in.
Yeah, so if we specialize in commercial and residential service, and what that really means is anything from a clogged line to installing a new faucet, from a water heater to leaky pipes to repipes, home inspections if you're buying a new home, camera work, you got a bad odor in your house.
What causes that?
A lot of times it's sewer related. So we have ways to find that. So really anything you can think of as far as with your plumbing inside your home, we take care of.
Now, one of our shows, do you do anything with mold and mildew? Because it's always where water is.
For sure. So we deal with a lot of leaks. That requires a different license. And it's something that's very serious. You got to be a professional in that. We think we're very good at plumbing. We leave that to the experts.
I got you.
But we do, we have people that we refer and stuff like that. But yeah.
So one of our listeners, I told you, wrote today because she knew you were coming on, about these pipes from houses that were older than 1972.
Sure.
Because from what she was saying, it causes a major problem. Do you do that type of work too?
I do. And I actually just sold my house, but I had a 1923 Spanish Mediterranean home in West Palm. And so I was dealing with those similar issues with cast iron pipe. And it can be a bear. And so, yes, we deal with it. There's several ways you can fix it, whether it's if you have, crawl space under your house, whether you have to do tunneling, possibly cutting floors, or there's even technology out there called pipelining. But, yeah, there's several ways you can do it. It really just depends on the house and the situation.
What is your favorite specialty that you do?
As far as plumbing wise, I would say like camera inspections, things like that.
It's so sophisticated now.
Oh, it is. I mean, we have our technology now is we literally can hand a customer an iPad and we're up on a roof scoping a line and a customer can be watching,
Wow.
right from inside their home. So
Now,
it's pretty
you
cool.
have to be licensed through the state.
Correct.
So I would think that's the first thing people need to look for is you're licensed.
Sure.
And experiences. Look how long you've been doing this
Yes.
for. How many trucks do you have?
So we run, as far as on the service side, we run anywhere from 10 to 12 trucks a day.
Well, I'm glad you brought up service, because do you offer a service agreement for people that you can come out? What's involved with that?
So our service agreement is something that we offer really to say, hey, welcome to the family, and we don't want to see you go anywhere else. So it includes things like front of the line service. It includes extended warranties on certain repairs. We even have a warranty on new fixtures, like if a water heater, as long as you're a member and you stay with us, you'll never pay for a repair or a new water heater again.
Because people think about air conditioning, they think about service agreements, but they don't always think about a service for plumbing.
Yeah.
And it's just as important.
Yeah, people don't realize something as common as a water heater, it should be maintained once a year and flushed. And yeah, exactly. And most of the time people get away with it, and their heater will last, but it definitely makes the heater last a lot longer if you're doing maintenance.
What's a typical call for you down here?
A typical call is mostly stopped up lines, kitchen stoppage. The holidays are a big time for those type of things. Everyone's having family over.
That's always when it happens.
Oh, for sure. Someone's washing the dishes that maybe doesn't live in the house, and they throw something down the disposal that maybe shouldn't go down there. Toilet stoppages also are typical. Leaking water heaters. A lot of leak detection also. So leak detection's a big thing that we do, and there's lots of different ways to do that too. We feel like we do it the best way. the most complete way. So things like that is kind of what we
Do
specialize
you
in.
deal in fixtures at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Gosh, it's amazing now because we just got a new house, and our toilets, there's no more handle.
Yeah.
You just push a
Push
button.
buttons, of course.
But there's two
Oh,
buttons
sure.
there.
A 1 and a 2.
Yeah, one and a two.
Yep.
It is, I mean, and our water fixtures are just amazing. The changes that have been made.
Oh, yeah.
And do people ever change out their fixtures
Yeah.
to update them?
For sure, especially people that are, wanting to conserve water, wanting to be more efficient with their heater and stuff like that. So we used to 10 years ago used to be 3.5 gallons per flush on a regular tank. You can get it all the way down to 1 now.
Wow.
So it's a big difference in saving water. And then not only that, but efficiency standards have changed with water heaters. So heaters are a lot more efficient, which is saving on your electric. So yeah, definitely.
It's just I was amazed by it. And I looked because the fixtures to me are like, look how the water works, the sinks work, look how the toilets work
Sure.
now. It's amazing. I think that someone who's got an older home should actually look at, because they've changed so much, looking at getting the new fixtures.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're insured also.
Yep.
Very important. Do you have emergency service? That was another one,
Yes.
because not everybody does.
No. and
Emergency service.
companies are seemingly going away from that. And my
Why? I mean, things happen overnight.
Yeah, it's one of those things where exactly you brought up emergencies right from the get-go, and I always say this: a customer can't predict when they're going to have an emergency. So why shouldn't they be able to get a hold of someone? And two, why should they be paying an emergency rate for one? So
are you telling me
we do not charge emergency rates for
Wow.
emergencies. Yeah.
What are the hours of an emergency?
So our last time slot is from 2:30 to 4:30, but really it's after 8 is kind of an emergency for
Okay.
us. But again, we don't have emergency rates, so there is no
That is
no
fantastic.
emergency. Yeah.
So how do your rates work? Do you charge by the hour?
Yeah. So good question. So we actually go out to a home and we're going to do a minor diagnostic. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to try to troubleshoot to figure out what's the issue.
Charge for that?
Yes, we do. We have a $49 service fee to come out to
Oh,
your home.
that's not bad.
Yeah, and then what that service fee includes getting on our schedule. We have 2-hour time slots, which is kind of really good for the business. Your time is valuable. We want to make sure we're getting in there during that time. We offer a free home inspection within that $49 service fee. So we come to your home, we'll look at all your plumbing, we'll make notes, we'll take pictures, we'll give you recommendations. We might say, hey, come on over and look at this, or give you a good clean bill of health, or a budgeting tool for something in the future. But yeah, so once we get there and we diagnose it, we educate, and we bring out options. If you decide to go with one of those options, you feel comfortable with it, we actually drop that $49 service fee, and then just the service applies. So,
Dad taught you well.
yeah.
And I'm sure when you oversaw the bit, there was some ideas you had, and I guess Dad said, let's try it.
Sure, absolutely. He kind of gave me the reins. He is our experience for sure on the technical side. We kind of a good yin and yang. He's amazing on the technical side. Of course, I've been in it also, so I'm technically sound also, but I love the customer
It's like a
service.
motorcycle show.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
With the dad and the
Sure.
son.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys probably fight that much. We're going to go to our break. Give everybody your phone number
Yes, absolutely. 561-790-1956.
and your website, because you got a great website.
www.clearyplumbing.com.
We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we have more with Cleary Plumbing, and it's one of its owners, Chris Cleary. We'll be right back.
Clearly the best.
When the toilet backs up and floods your bathroom in the middle of the night, you need Cleary Plumbing. When a pipe leaks in a spot impossible to find, you need Cleary Plumbing. If you need 24-hour plumbing service anywhere in Palm Beach County, you need Cleary Plumbing. Cleary Plumbing offers upfront pricing, and we're so confident our service is clearly the best. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. ClearyPlumbing.com. That's ClearyPlumbing.com.
Clearly the best.
Everybody's in their car. I guess we're back. Gosh.
was
Sitting
quick.
here, I'm sitting here talking to Chris, and You know what it is I put my earphones on, so I'm not hearing anything. But we got a great producer. So we're here with Cleary Plumbing, and we're here with Chris Cleary. And I was so glad when I bugged Chris for probably a month or two because I saw your trucks everywhere.
Sure.
And that's a good sign. And it was always in a different part of Palm Beach County. And I said, you know what? These people love. And then you go to Yelp and you got great things on Yelp. Yeah. So I said, we got to get these guys because it would not have been hard to get a plumber. But it was, God, you got to get Cleary Plumbing. So we're talking about how important customer service is if you just tuned in. And we were just talking about pricing out by the hour or by the job. Can you actually look at a job and see about how much it's going to run?
Yeah, so we have, we base things on kind of, one, we train our technicians, that's something that's hands down. We spend a lot of time with that. So when they're going out to jobs, they know what to look for. They know how to, go about procedures and processes to figure out what it is. And when we give that price, regardless if my technician made a mistake or something along those lines, we're going to stick by that price, and there's going to be no other hidden surprises. So
I love you guys. I love you guys. So there's all probably different kind of warranties.
Sure.
And is your work? Do you warrant your work at all?
Absolutely. That's big for us. Along with being insured and licensed, which is huge. I mean, we make mistakes. We do thousands of calls a year, and if you're not properly insured and licensed, then who are you going to go to if something does, if we do make a mistake? So that's very important to us. And then along with that, we advertise 100% satisfaction or your money back, and we don't hide behind that. And we do simple things like if my guys don't wear their booties in your house, we don't clean up after we're done. You're not paying.
In the house?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
For sure.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Dad did teach you right. So there's all different kinds of companies out there. And see, we're finding out now why you are the best. Because you do these little things that maybe people just take for granted that you don't take for granted. And to me, and our listeners know, customer service is so important. It's pretty easy getting a new customer. It's not so easy keeping them if you don't do a good job. And you have to rely, even with all the advertising you do, you still got to rely on word of mouth.
For sure.
And with our show, one of the things, I don't know why it bugs me that people will pick someone, and I know you probably spend a lot of money on your website, but that doesn't mean they're the best. We used to do yellow pages.
Yeah.
And people would choose who had a full-page ad. Didn't mean they were the best. Just mean they had a full-page ad.
They used to just they used to name their companies A something just so they were the first company.
So they were
looked
the
at.
first one.
Yeah.
And in Miami, they would actually get 2 full-page ads.
Yeah.
So, but it's not who's got the biggest and baddest ad. It's who's going to take care of you. And, listen, Chris came over here. He's going to be here with us every month. And listen, he could be out in the truck right now. He could be out counting his money right now. But he's come here to teach people what can go wrong, and we don't want this to sound like a big advertisement for him, but we want to educate you. Your technicians, you start talking about them. So do they go through a training program?
Yeah, absolutely. So
do they have to be certified in anything?
So in Florida, you're able to work under a master license, which both myself and my dad have. And then after that, we have a strict process as far as how we, how we hire, and then 2, how they get in a truck. A guy will not get in a truck until he's been, 1, properly interviewed, and then 2, he's got to be doing ride-alongs with techs that are already with us for a month at least, and if not longer. And then on top of that, every single Wednesday, we dedicate training in the morning, and it's on either customer skills, it's on technical skills. We'll have vendors come in and talk about a product and train on that also. So we're constantly training, constantly trying to improve.
You know what? And I know we've got people out there in the business who listen to our show because they love talk shows. And I guess if they're looking for a job, maybe want to change from the company they're with, they could give you a call, because this sounds like a great company to work for. Give everybody your phone number again.
Be happy to. 561-790-1956.
So we know now that you really spent a lot of time with training. The way you charge, it's very important that you're not going to be. I got to tell you something, a quick story, because a lot of women out there think that they're women and they're going to be charged more.
Yeah.
That they're going to be taken advantage of. And we have a lot of women who listen to this show. I can just tell you guys it's the same price for everybody.
Yep.
It's by the job, not by who it is or who's got the biggest house. And folks, I got to tell you again, I have seen their trucks everywhere. That means they're busy working. So why should I hire you?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that you kind of led on as far as especially who our customer is, something that we do that we think is kind of unique to our trade is that when we go into a home, it's an education opportunity for us. And what that means is we like to kind of have the customer, a lot of trade people are fearful of the customers just hovering over them, looking at them, and doing those type of things. We welcome that. We want them to be educated. We want them to understand their system. And if we do that, and we feel like we're as far as our procedure wise, we're not even supposed to go on to presenting options until we feel the customer's educated. Because if the customer's educated, then they're going to make an informed decision. And we always give options. So we're not just putting you in a corner and saying this is your only option. We're giving at least 2 to 3 options on every job, and we're letting you make the decision. So, and that's not going to happen if you're not educated. So we spend a lot of time on that.
So give everybody that price on that service call again. That's amazing. Not for the service call, the service agreement.
Yeah, so our service agreement is as little as $14.95 a month as far as our
That's
service
amazing.
agreement. Yeah.
Sometimes it's so much better to take advantage of that because who knows about plumbing? Who knows if it's working or not? If I flush a chain, that's fine with me. But you can find things that might be getting ready to go bad.
Yeah.
To me, a person should, for as little as $14.95 for a monthly service call. And what do you do when you come out for the service service
good
agreement?
question. So when we come out for our members, we'll go out there for a home inspection. We're going to look at everything in your house. We're going to flush your water heater, which is a depending on what type of water heater you have, it's $195 and it can go up to $400 if you have a tankless style. So that's included in the service. We're going to flush it annually. If you have a clean out outside, which is your sewer line, it's an access point to your sewer line. If you have one of those, we'll camera that line at no charge for you, both upstream, downstream, making sure that everything's okay. If we've done work prior in your home, which if you're a member, we have, if there's any adjustments that need to be made to a repair that we've done, we're going to do it there. So we don't want to get that call back, And then on top of that, we've extended all of our warranties. So if we've done a repair in your house, we've changed something in your toilet, instead of a 1-year warranty, it's going to be a 3-year warranty. And that's great for people that are like snowbirds that come down that don't use it regularly because the water quality is what eats up,
what happens?
flappers.
Nothing's used for 6 months.
We're talking about plastics, rubbers, and things like that. And with the chloramine and the chlorine in the water, what it does is it either shrinks it, it eats it, it cracks it. So, when you can have an extended warranty for 3 years on a simple repair and know that you're not going to have to pay for that flapper again a year from now, it's a good feeling.
Wow. So I got to ask you, do you have a favorite name brand toilet?
Ooh, man, I do. I like American Standard. American Standard is kind of my go-to.
So they're still one of the best.
Yeah.
They've been around forever.
Yep, they've been around. They're just a good flushing toilet. Pretty efficient and affordable too.
So I got to ask you, you got to give us some tips, some good plumbing tips.
Sure. So the biggest one I can give you, and I see this all too often, is if you're going to be leaving your home for any substantial amount of time, even if it's for 2 days, shut your water off to your home. I can't tell you how many times I get a call
So, wait a minute. If you're leaving for a couple days, shut the water off?
to your home.
Why?
That's when emergencies happen the most, when you're not there. A leaking toilet that turns into a burst pipe, something like that. So if you know you're going away, just shut it off. And it's that simple. I get calls all the time. They just came home from a vacation or from the weekend and they're walking into a flood. And it could have been simply avoided. Or if it had happened, they would at least been home.
Wow. That's, you know what? One of the things I keep thinking about is that toilet that keeps making, that noise like the water's running. Are you losing water?
Yep. Every time you hear that noise.
You know what I'm talking? I used to just kind of flick the handle and it would stop. But that's probably not the right thing to do.
Yeah, when you hear that noise, that means your fill valve, which is letting the water into your toilet, it's filling your toilet again. So you're losing water somewhere.
Wow.
Yep.
So what do you do in that case?
So most of the time, it's a pretty simple fix. It's either the fill valve malfunctioning, or it could be as simple as the rubber, which is the flapper. And it could be as simple as just changing a flapper.
You know, on one of our shows, we got to talk about some of the grossest things you've seen, because I've actually taken that lid off the toilet.
Yes.
God, that is horrible.
And I'm a plumber, and I can barely handle some of those smells and things like that.
Yeah. But no, they just get rusted out.
Sure.
I did tell you this was going to go by fast.
Yeah.
Give everybody your phone number.
561-790-1956.
This is Cleary Plumbing, and since you've got such a great website, what is your website?
It's clearyplumbing.com.
So Chris is going to be with us every month, and if you've got a question, you want to write it in. We have a lot of people who email questions in. You can do that. Best of all, call Chris, call him tomorrow, tell him that you'd like to get on that service agreement. It could be one of those things, either pay us now or pay a lot more later. And we want everything in the household working well. Chris, thanks for coming on. This was such an easy show to do.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you again. We're going to go to break. When we come back, starting at about 5:30, I've got some of the most amazing people from the White House calling in today. One of them you probably know if you watch Fox TV very much. His name is Hogan Gidley. He'll be with us at 5:45. And then we've also got the spokesperson for the RNC. We're going to talk about that vote that happened today on impeachment. We'll be right back.